Hi everyone, today we are starting our Romare Bearden inspired story collages, and we have now been introduced to the artist Romare Bearden, and we learned a little bit about his life and his art, and we are going to be creating our own story collages inspired by him. And so this is an example of a finished story collage using the materials that you'll be using in yours. We have people put together in different ways, like this top of a person was put together with a different person's legs to create a whole person. You can use colored pieces of paper to cut out different shapes, like this pants to go with this photo from a magazine of this person, and different elements in your background, like there are some buildings in my window, and then back here, and different pieces that you put together. So just to tell a story about your personal memory of something. And so remember, collage is when you cut and glue pieces together to create an artwork. And that is what Romare Bearden is really known for. And this is one of his collages called Big Sister. And we can see different elements of a story happening here with maybe this is the big sister, might be the little sister, and she's holding an apple. And we can think about, what do we see out of the window? Where are they? We just looked at a different collage and did the same thing, trying to figure out who the characters and setting are. And so now you're going to be thinking of your own story to create an artwork about. And we talked about the themes in Romare Bearden's work of community, unity, cooperation, and friendship. And we're thinking of something that happened in our life before around those themes. You can choose one to focus on or all of them to focus on. It's up to you. Remember to write your name and your code on the back of your paper. Uh-oh. Okay. And then you will turn it over and think about this side here is for characters. So who are you going to include in your story? And then you'll be creating a collage of these people. The setting, where does this story take place? When was it taking place? How can you use pictures to express the setting? And then down here it says what is happening in your story or scene. So what's going on in the scene that you're going to create a collage of. And so for me, I was thinking about friendship, maybe community a little bit. And I was thinking back to when I was in kindergarten. And back when I was in kindergarten, we used to take naps. We would roll out our mats on the floor, and we would lay down, and the lights would go off, and we were supposed to sleep. And this is where I met my best friend, Faith, and we would lay our mats next to each other, and we would whisper and talk to each other during nap time when we were supposed to be sleeping. So that was an experience, a memory, very specific to me that I can remember of a friend that I made when I was 5 years old. And so over here in characters, it's going to be me. You can write them or you can draw them. Me and Faith are the main characters of my collage story that I'm going to make. And then I could draw a picture of us if I wanted to. It could be a stick person. It could be however you draw people. It doesn't matter, because this is just to get the idea down on paper. Let's just say, and it should be sort of quick, because we're going to be collaging these later. This is just to remember, like, who am I talking about and what's going to be happening in my story. So you could do it like that. You could just do stick people. That is also fine. Me and my friend Faith. Setting. Where did this take place? So this took place in our kindergarten classroom, on the floor, on our mats. And so I could draw the inside of a room, a classroom. This is going to be the line where the wall and the floor meet. Maybe our mats are lined up over here, right? And maybe there's a window. I don't know. You can come up with your setting, what you want to include in your scene, and then maybe some like posters on the wall, or a chalkboard or whiteboard. Maybe some desks are going to be in my picture, some chairs and desks. or tables or something, whatever you want to include for your setting. You can draw that out right here, and you could write it out if you want to. I can say classroom. And do not worry about spelling. This is not ELA class. This is art class. Try your best. The main point is to come up with a memory around community, unity, cooperation, or friendship, and to remember that for next time when we start building this scene with collage materials. What is happening in your scene? I could draw us laying down on the mat if I'm not sure how to write it all out, right? I could have us laying down next to each other. Maybe I want to have the mats go this direction this time. So you can kind of think, and then you could have like bubbles with talking, whisper. Or you could draw, you could write it out. So you could say, Faith and I would whisper during nap time. We were good friends. We became good friends during that time. So whatever information that you need as an artist to be able to look back at this, remember what your story is, and then be able to collage next week is what you want to get done today. Up here it has a title, so if you want to think about a title, if you don't get to that today, that's okay. You can think about it throughout this series of lessons building on your collage. But if you have one that you know, like Nap Time Whispers, I could come up with that. Nap Time Whispers with Faith. And then I will be ready to start my collage next class. Okay, I hope you have fun.